Welcome to week 3. You may notice that I have gotten a haircut, so I'm feeling really good about that. It had been since January, and it is now August, so I had some serious COVID hair going on. So we're going to dive into week 3 feeling good. Hopefully you are too. So I thought it might make sense to do a little review to make sure that we're all feeling like we're on the same page. So our week 1 really was about welcoming, introducing one another, trying to build some community, basically through the discussion boards. I think the live classes, take some time to get used to. So the discussions really do form the basis for extending learning, showing our thinking. And then, of course, the beginning, it's like, how do we manage this? How does this all work? And in week 2, we started to dive in a little bit, revisiting our history as readers and writers. And that was, designed to be really helpful to me and to be reflective for you. We continued to build the learning community through discussions, and we began the readings in the book, They Say, I Say. I tend to use this book a lot in terms of the chapters that provide very practical, useful tools for writers. And so I kind of move in and out of those readings when I feel like it's most relevant. We will use the book more as we go further into the course, like in Unit 3 particularly. So keep it handy, but we won't be using it this week. Where are we now? We also did an introduction to the Your Story, Our Story website as a form of personal storytelling. What I like about that, I think it's a really interesting and cool idea to kind of frame our stories through tangible objects, or objects maybe that aren't tangible, but like they're very specific. And I think it's an interesting lens to think about in this first unit, where it's about personal writing. And I think when we look at other stories like this, it helps us to look at ways of comparison and contrast. So it gets back to that whole idea of mirrors and windows and doors. And I feel like it's very manageable to use these short stories. And we're going to continue working on that this week. So our guiding questions continue to be, and I sort of added this broad, why do we share stories in the first place? And I think part of it is just human nature, the kind of the pull to reveal our humanity to each other. Sometimes it's a way just to connect. It's a way to entertain one another. Certainly, we share stories because I think it's kind of our natural inclination to reveal ourselves to one another. And for me, the reason I chose to use the Your Story, Our Story website is because I feel like we're at this point in the world right now where we're craving those connections, because we're sort of shuttered in a way that we haven't been before. And I really value the idea that we all have a valuable story to share. And for so long, I think in this country, we have valued certain perspectives and shut out others, excluded others. And so I love this format where everyone is valued equally. So our other questions start to evolve. What makes a personal story effective? And that's a question that we're going to be thinking about as writers ourselves. And we're continuing with the personal story as a mirror, window, or door. And then we're looking inward and starting to really think about how we can tell our own story in a personally meaningful way and in a way that others perhaps will be interested in, relate to, connect with. And then our goals, these are more the kind of logistical, practical things. We want to develop our writing habits through writing workouts. And I'm going to switch the screen in a moment to go through the Blackboard pieces. We're going to extend our learning and reflection through discussions, as we have been doing. Purposeful annotation of reading the Your Story, Our Story selection. So in class, my intention will be to pull up an example and to do some annotation with the lens that I'm asking you to apply. And then you're exploring possibilities for your own writing and hopefully getting some feedback from your peers. So let's get out of here and go to Blackboard. And right now I'm in the midst of doing the video that's going to go right here. And hopefully you're getting the feeling and flow for the way things work online. And then I have your writing workout here. And here I'm saying to pick 2 options. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you're going to pick 2, and you're going to write them in whatever kind of format you want to write them in. I like to write with a pen in journals. I just like that. It helps me think more so than typing does, but I know a lot of people like to type. And it might be easier for you if you like to type, because you are going to copy and paste at least something from that workout. The readings for the week are going to be right from the website, and I'm going to click on that right now. It doesn't like that, so I'm going to go this way because I'm not in the correct, I guess the setting for Blackboard isn't taking me the right way. It will for you. So you're going to enter the website, and you'll notice that they have categories and themes, so you can go into whatever ones appeal to you. Like the objects of comfort, I think, is interesting, especially now. And then you had the food, which is great. I love that idea. And you can explore in all kinds of different ways. All right, but I want you to find a minimum of 3 to read and annotate. And as I said, I'm going to model what I mean by that specifically in class on Tuesday. And then we're going to go back to our week 3 discussion post and responses. So this is like where the heart of what you're posting is coming from. So now that you've read and annotated a selection of stories, it's time for you to post on the discussion board. So I'm giving you a lot of prompts for the discussion. You may not necessarily, go into a big explanation response to each one. This is more to guide you. And so basically what I'm going to suggest, and what you'll notice in my post, is that I'm going to kind of pick one thing to go in detail from my reading, and then one thing to go into detail from my writing. And you'll find that detailed in the discussion board. All right, so I hope this overview makes sense to you. And if you have questions, I would say post them in the discussion board under the questions section, because maybe somebody else can answer it for you. If you're really, really stumped, then you can certainly email me. But I look forward to seeing what you have to say this week, and I will see you in class during our live session.